Once more, Swift is verifying that ISO 20022 is correct. Are there any advantages to using XRP? In the following video we are going to talk about it. I have a lot of more fresh information on XRP that I will be sharing with you guys in this video. Should you be able to do so, you are going to wish to persevere through the entirety of the situation. So let's get started on gaining a better understanding of what is taking place here. After all, us.Thankx published this. In fact, it is far more transparent than that. I am unable to locate a video in which David Schwartz is quoted as saying, "We can't, excuse me, why can't banks use blockchains because messaging is too bad?" I am unable to locate this video. In particular, the ISO 20022 Swift conversion is in need of an update, which is badly needed. Consequently, he is responding to this right at this moment. Let's begin by watching this video, shall we? One of many people that contributed. The fact that we are a registration authority means that we are responsible for a significant amount of development and maintenance work, yet we do not legally control the standard. The Swift network is not the only one that can use it. Many market infrastructures utilize ISO 20022, although they do not use the Swift network. Additionally, many institutions use ISO domestically. There are a number of market infrastructures that use ISO 20022. This means that it is not limited to the Swift network only. Despite the fact that it is related with the XML syntax, it is not syntax specific. Consequently, there have been a lot of advances concerning APIs that are based on ISO. In addition, there are advances in blockchain technology that are constructed on the ISO data dictionary. Syntax is what you should know, and while XML is being utilized at the present, it has the potential to be employed in a variety of technologies in the future as well. And in a nutshell, it is a methodology for developing financial messaging standards, and it introduces this utopian world of universal financial messaging. This is exactly what we are all working towards at the moment, with both the migrations that are occurring across international borders and the migrations that are occurring within the same country at the same time. Currently, there is a great deal of activity taking place behind the scenes, Matt. You know, I don't want them to screw anything up here, and there's this article here, XRP. I don't want them to mess anything up. As Swift validates its integration with the ISO 20022 blockchain, the advantages continue to rise. This is the date that falls on today, as you can see. Consequently, in a dramatic update that ripped through the blockchain and financial circles, prominent analyst Smoke emphasizes a critical phrase that was crossed out directly from Swift. This comment was specifically mentioned in the update. Ripple XRP, which has positioned itself as being at the crossroads of institutional finance and blockchain, is seeing blockchains that are built on the ISO 20022 data dictionary. The alignment between traditional financial standards and blockchain technology is becoming clearer, which has important ramifications for Ripple XRP. Let's have a brief discussion regarding ISO in this context. Indicates that ISO 20022 is not only another jargon in the regulatory world, it is a comprehensive worldwide standard for the exchange of electronic data between financial institutions, with the goal of bringing about a unified approach to payment communications across international borders. Interoperability, transparency and data are all improved thanks to the implementation of ISO 20022, which replaces outdated systems that are fragmented with a uniform language. Richness as the world's first, excuse me. I don't know why I'm not feeling very good today, so I do apologize, as the world's first financial system shifts into a future of real-time payments and digital assets. ISO 20022 stands at the backbone of this evolution, and so I guess they're quoting his tweet there. Swift is the cooperative behind trillions of dollars in cross-border transactions, is leading the ISO 20022 migration effort, guiding banks and financial networks through a seamless transition. Up until very recently, this movement was only observed through the prism of traditional financial institutions. However, the most recent admission from Swift indicates something more significant, which is the convergence of ISO 20022 standards with blockchain ecosystems. In addition to that, it discusses Ripple and the ISO 20022 blockchain transmission, which I apologize for having to call convergence. Over the course of several years, Ripple has positioned XRP and its blockchain solutions as a technology of a financial grade that is capable of integrating without any difficulty with pre-existing payment infrastructures. RippleNet, Ripple's global payment network, was intended from the beginning to handle ISO 20022 communications. This positions Ripple as one of the early blockchain firms to align itself with these standards. Additionally, keep in mind that Ripple was also a member of the ISO Bodies Board. There was a certain amount of assistance that they provided behind the scenes. When it comes to Ripple and ISO, there is a significant amount of interconnection. It will be fascinating to observe the outcome of this situation. You should keep in mind that some of these central bank digital currency technologies, such as the European Central Bank and the Banque de France, as well as these really large economies, have been working on this technology for a considerable amount of time that you should know about. In addition, you can bet your bottom dollar that XRP is probably one of the most important things that they tested, because it is now such a well-recognized blockchain all over the world. Additionally, you have all of these CBDCs that are smaller. In spite of the fact that they are completely updated and fully functional, I do not want to refer to them as testing, since you know they are. On the other hand, it will be fascinating to observe what, for example, France does, what England does, and what the European Union does because of this. Ripple's strategic narrative is strengthened by Swift's recent declaration that it now recognizes blockchain technology based on the ISO 20022 data dictionary. With this information, it appears that blockchains, particularly those that were developed for institutional-grade banking, are no longer considered outside. Individuals who are not part of the global standard but are being incorporated into the structure of global standards. Not only does this new development strengthen XRP's identification as a speculative cryptocurrency asset, but it also strengthens its identity as a utility token that was designed to survive with a standardized set of standards that are driven by the global payments environment. A lot of interesting things are taking place over there. Moreover, it should be noted that Ripple is prepared to provide solutions for custody that are on par with those offered by banks, although Wall Street crypto custody services have been regarded as the most advantageous developments, as seen in the figure below. To illustrate some of the developments that they are discussing, here are some examples. Support for XRP tokenized DEX, pre-configured policy frameworks, real-time compliance monitoring, and a redesigned user interface are some of the features that have been simplified. Have to have a user interface that looks beautiful, right? Also, it should be noted that the following are some of the most significant financial organizations in the entire world. Bank of America, BlackRock, BNY Mellon, Cboe, Charles Schwab, CME, Deutsche Bank and Deutsche Börse are all known for their trading in custody activity. Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, PayPal, Societe Generale, and UBS are some of the financial institutions that I have personal experience with. To put it simply, this is the finest one to say, Guy. It comes out of your mouth without any effort. I really enjoy it. Not a problem, this video was played for you before we did. And here is Mikkel. At this point in time we are at the starting stages of crypto, watch this out. One of the things that Brad Garlinghouse mentioned that a lot of people fail to take into consideration is the fact that the current status of cryptocurrency is in its very early stages. His comparison of Ripple to Amazon is based on the fact that Amazon used to offer just books. And the issue that I believe a lot of people have a hard